This is the story of Magellan, the first man to sail around the world, by Wyatt and Jason. Ferdinand Magellan was born in 1480 in Sabrosa, Portugal, and his parents had ties to the royal family. After an unfortunate accident, he was orphaned at the age of 10. The Portuguese queen Leonor raised him as his page in her palace. There he was able to learn more about math, astronomy, and other boring school topics, but most importantly, sailing. He proved himself as a remarkable sailor and joined the Portuguese Navy in March of 1505. He sailed with them for 9 years and took part in the Great Portuguese Invasion of Africa. There he received many riches. However, in 1514 he abandoned his crew and was stationed in Morocco, Africa. There he was falsely accused of trading with the native Moroccan forces and was kicked out of the Portuguese Navy. Ironically, he was also gravely wounded in his leg by the native Moroccans, causing him to limp for the rest of his life. Magellan returned to Portugal seeking employment, but couldn't find work for 3 years and basically became a hobo. So in 1517, he moved to Seville, Spain, and was gladly accepted by the Spanish royal court. Magellan became inspired by other great explorers like Christopher Columbus and devised an ambitious plan to sail around the world. In 1519, he presented his idea to King Charles V, who agreed to sponsor the voyage and give him 5 ships and 270 men. On August 10, 1519, Magellan embarked on the ship the Victoria on his voyage around the world. As they sailed across the Atlantic, there were many complications. The Spanish crew didn't trust him because he was Portuguese, and his captains even tried to kill him, but all their plots failed. On top of this, Magellan only told his crew that they were sailing to South America and back, when in fact he planned to sail around the world. He only told this to his first mate, Sebastian de Cana. On Easter Day, 1520, they stopped at a South American port and Magellan told his crew that they were going to sail around the world, but mutiny broke out because they didn't want to die. Magellan then killed 2 unloyal captains to stop the mutiny. Afterwards, he ordered a ship to scout ahead to find a strait across America, but it encountered terrible weather and was wrecked. The crew then had to wait for 5 months for the weather to calm down before they could continue on the voyage. On October 21st, 1520, the fleet found the strait they were looking for, which is now called the Magellan Strait, and began to sail through South America. However, midway through the strait, one of the ships turned around and fled back to Spain. They then encountered another ocean, which Magellan named the Pacific Ocean, and Magellan thought it would only take 3 days to sail across, but it turned out to be a 3-month voyage until they reached more land on the island Guam. They then continued on to the Philippines, which they reached in March of 1521, and befriended the natives of the island Cebu, and tried to convert them to Christianity. He decided to help the locals by defeating a rival tribe, but when they launched the attack, Magellan was almost immediately shot by a poisoned arrow and died on April 27, 1521. So there ends Magellan's story. He never actually circumnavigated the world, even though he was always credited with it. However, his first mate Sebastian de Cana continued his journey. After the failed attack, the surviving crew realized they didn't have enough people to man 2 ships, so they boarded the Victoria and burnt the other 2. As they drew nearer and nearer to Europe, more and more men died, until they finally made it to Seville, Spain. Out of the 5 ships and 270 men that left, only 1 ship and 18 men, not including Magellan, made it back to Spain. The amazing accomplishment of Magellan and his crew forever proved sailing as a dominant mode of transportation, which it still is today.